We shall see where things land here. Again, we saw Bistork. He warmed up already against Demi with his PVZ. Is it going to be enough to take down the Joey?
I just want to see another cannon rush. As we start things off here on Jagannatha KBBLE, we're in the top right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the top right-hand corner. We have the red Zerg player coming out for the land of Hong Kong. He is going to be representing himself as he is currently teamless. He is the Joey himself, Dr. Drake Ramore. He is going to perform some surgery on some beef. GogojOey.
And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Jagannatha LE, we have the Pink Protoss player, the Kong from Hong Kong himself. He strikes his beef. It is Bistork.
I think in particular for this matchup, we need to add another name there to Bistork. He is the brother of GogojOey, as they are the Hong Kong brothers. He is Hans Ramore.
Awful, mate. Awful.
Still got a bit of friends in my system.
Yeah. Oh my god, and you wanted it, and we have it. We have that Gate Forge opening from Bistork.
What I tell you.
Oh my god.
What I tell you, and this time a little bit more committed from the side of Bistork, but it will be scouted.
Kind of. So again, the reason for the positioning here is because one, he forced the unnatural natural with his probe already, and now he's looking to cannon rush from the high ground to the natural base.
So down, there we go.
Hey, what a big brain.
I will say it's definitely a little bit more awkward. Yeah, it's definitely a little bit more awkward keeping that pylon alive, but it's definitely worth it.
Yeah, exactly. So again, ooh, does force a cancel there at the third base, and now Bistork will try and attempt to do the same thing here at the oh my god, no, he's committing hard, mate.
What I tell ya.
Oh my god.
What I tell you, Light, this is one of the most committed cannon rushes coming out from Bistork in recent memory. You're getting shield battery, oh my god.
It's getting a shield battery. We should see like a proxy gateway or something at some point as well here from Bistork. I mean, GogojOey knows how committed this is. He does have a Spire on the way. His reaction is to go for a Roach Warren.
Yeah, definitely want to get those Ravages out. Try to bile down as much as you can. It's only a single pylon at the moment, so yeah, it's a little bit less for GogojOey to worry about, but still.
Yeah, it looks like this spine, yeah, it will finish. Oh, it's taking a little bit of damage. It is forced back. We do have a Robo in the middle of all of this, so Bistork is going to be making Immortals in the face of GogojOey.
That's ballsy. Many ballsy things you can really do as a cannon rushing player.
Definitely, definitely. Like, I'm a little bit concerned just because there's not a lot of room to work with here. Like, it feels like Bistork is pretty cramped. We'll see how he can kind of launch himself into GogojOey here. The Immortal is on the way.
Being chronoed out will still take a little bit of time to get out, but while this is going on, GogojOey can't quite make enough of what he wants to make.
Yeah, we do have two more Ravagers on the way, 4 in total. With more Ravagers, you can bile down these units. So again, there is a little bit of a timer on these cannons and shield batteries, but at the same time, that Immortal is about to come out. Is there enough room? Okay, I was a little bit worried that it was going to be boxed in.
Yeah, yeah, not quite here. I like how Bistork has been baiting out a couple of these. Ooh, a couple of these biles. He does need to be very, very careful of moving out of shield battery range, though.
Oh god, that he does. Meanwhile, 2 of the Ravagers are so close. Nice transfuse, but one of the Queens does go down.
And the other one got close, but no cigar.
The Immortal
Ravagers started to go down. The Immortal is so low, and it will get taken out. Interceptor right at the end there. But is there enough at the end here for GogojOey to take this out?
Wow, despite the missed micro and losing the first Immortal, the second Immortal comes out, and there's barely anything left. Like,
Kills the other Queen.
Yeah, the Queen. Oh god.
Or it's trying to. There we go.
Exactly. The queen goes down. There are only 2 Ravagers left. Like Bistork, there was so much DPS there with those cannons that GogojOey, he lost so much trying to break that position. A couple of more Ravagers come out though.
That they do. Unfortunately, Roaches are weak to Immortals here, more so than Ravagers are. There are not enough cannons anymore on the high ground for Bistork. GogojOey should be able to hold this and will be going for the counterattack.
Oh my god.
If he needs to.
Nice dodge
Immortal,
there.
though.
Yeah, the Immortal just doesn't die. Every single time one of them dies, another one pops up to take its place, mate. And Bistork, he's kind of doing it. We do have more Lings and Roaches on the way, though.
Yeah, Bistork is kind of doing it, but he's also definitely on a timer here. Needs to end this game very, very soon.
Yeah, exactly. The Lings are getting a nice wraparound on this Immortal, dealing a lot of damage, but a second Immortal comes out, and with 2 Immortals, it doesn't even matter if the first one goes down.
Or does it? Yeah, not quite yet.
Mate.
Yeah,
the problem is that all the Lings were wasted to kill 1 Immortal. Now there are no more Lings. Okay, a couple more come out. He's trying to go for this round.
And he's kind of getting it, but at the same time, there are shield batteries here. GogojOey doesn't quite have a bile yet. To really punish this.
Oh my god, and it looks like, oh my god, that Immortal is just not dying.
Really living up to his name. Another Immortal is starting to come out. Plenty of energy on these shield batteries. We say the Immortals are dying. This probe light has not gone down. It is throwing down more and more shield batteries. It is keeping everything alive.
Oh my god, and Bistork's movement has been so good. Like, GogojOey keeps trying to box in the Immortal so that the biles can land, but every single time he kills just enough Lings to just maneuver out of the bile shots.
He's literally just sidestepping. GogojOey's starting to kill these shield batteries that are low on energy, but that's actually helping out Bistork more because then he just replaced them.
Yeah, and he has more
fresh shield batteries.
And he has more room to move around in, and now that, god, again, that Immortal is just still here. To be fair though, where's the second Immortal? It's not on the way. Like, this is the only thing that Bistork has to work with.
Yeah, he's out of money, and GogojOey has definitely been trading a lot more inefficient throughout this game, but he could always afford to. He was on 3 bases. Bistork, not even a full single base saturation. He cannot keep this up for too much longer.
Finally, another Immortal's on the way, but it took a long time for that to happen. I just realized Bistork, he's not mining gas anymore. Meanwhile, the Immortal goes down.
And that's got to be it. Everything's going to be powered over here.
Yeah.
And GogojOey, Bistork just has no production left. GogojOey takes game number 1, but it was way closer than it should have been.
GG. I do think that Bistork, he forgot to make another Immortal there. Like, if another Immortal had popped out there as the first one was dying, that he could have kept going. He could have just kept going. Could he have broken GogojOey? GogojOey, he was doing a really good job at making sure there were almost never 2 Immortals out at once, right?
Yeah. I think there's definitely a possibility there because that hatchery light was starting to get really low towards the end of that game. Maybe if that second Immortal came out a lot quicker than... Yeah, maybe that second Immortal came out a lot quicker than... Might have been barely enough to break Bistork, but it would have been tough regardless for our pink Protoss player.
Oh yeah, definitely. It would have been really tough there. It was really close. It was really entertaining to see Bistork execute that. But of course, GogojOey, he is now up in this series. Just needs 1 more to move on to the grand finals.
Un momento. That's all he needs.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Oh god.
I can play in place of Bistork if he needs a break.
Are you gonna try and cannon rush?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Actually, I probably proxy cracks. And while we have a bit of an update here, Demi does take out Vivid 2-0. It's now facing Dark Void in, I think, his first ZvT of so far.
Yeah, yeah. Nice. You know, Dark Void, he's gonna have a chance at revenge here. He did face Bistork Demi last time and did end up falling. But yeah, he has another chance.
Oh, I gotta agree with Starduck here in the chat, actually. Bistork got a Warp Prism out. You know, he would have had a lot more micro potential. He was already doing really good microing those immortals away, but if he was able to pick them up, would have added a whole nother dimension.
Yeah, definitely. Would have changed everything, mate. At the same time, you could argue that, I mean, to be fair, I think a War Prism takes less time to make than an Immortal, so maybe he could have gotten it out in time to save his Immortal.
Especially a Chrono Boost. But at the same time, I guess it's also a pretty big resource dump. But at the same time, if it keeps your Immortals alive, well worth it.
Yeah, I'm sure it's one of those things where Bistork, he probably does that against like players on the ladder, and he's able to pull it off, and he gets wins there. But again, against someone of the caliber of GogojOey, I'm sure he was expecting to just overwhelm and snowball, but it just didn't happen there for GogojOey, right? Like
that it did not. But that was Jagannatha. Will Bistork Cannon Rush again?
Oh, that's the question.
Is it a good one? As we continue our series here on 2000 Atmospheres, LE. Da, 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 da. And the bottom left-hand corner of the map, starting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner, we have the red Zerg player coming out for the land of Hong Kong. He is not, in fact, the Kong from Hong Kong. He is not the Hong Kong Kong. He is, in fact, the Hong Kong King, the Joe himself, Dr. Drake Ramore. He is GogojOey.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of 2000 Atmospheres LE, we have the Hong Kong Protoss. He's pink. He's the Kong from Hong Kong himself. He's currently down in the series, but can he bring it back? It is Bistork.
I feel like I can sort of tell who picked which map just based on how Bistork's... Just based on Bistork's openings on each one.
Yeah. Jagannatha was a good map to cannon rush, and it almost worked. I'd be surprised if he tried to go for it again, as he is setting up a pylon here, but there is no forge at home. Oh, is he gonna commit?
Yeah, just fake out.
Yeah.
He might. No. He doesn't. I
was about to say, the thing that kind of threw me off on whether he would, and yeah, he does cancel, is because he did open up with a gas. It's like gas doesn't help at all in kind of in something like a cannon rush. So yeah, just a fake out, but GogojOey didn't fall for it.
But it will help you get Immortals online.
It will.
You don't need it that soon.
So yeah, Bistork with a little bit of mind games. I'm actually not 100% sure if GogojOey even saw the initial pylon being thrown down either. Like, just like, yeah.
He didn't, but he did see the probe in the mineral line, so
yeah.
Might have been a better thing. Something to factor in. Oh, almost loses drone.
Almost. Not quite. As again, he does keep it alive, and we are getting into a more quote-unquote standard game. But how standard is Bistork really? Oh my god.
That's what I'm talking about, Light. For the first time, well, not for the first time, but the first time in a more standard game, Bistork is not opening up with that Stargate. He's going Twilight Council first.
Ooh, that he is. And I think that, like, kind of tells a story in and of itself, right? Where Bistork, he's more willing to play, like, quote-unquote standard against Demi, like, opening up with those Stargates, you know, going to the late game. Against GogojOey, he's not really feeling it. And as he shouldn't. And what's the plan here with this? Like, part of me was thinking maybe a Dark Shrine, because we do have a Rebel on the way for a War Prism. We don't have that many gateways, but no, never mind. More gateways are being turned down.
Yeah, that's honestly what I thought it was going to be as well. But it is going to be that classic Glaive to Death build. And we're seeing a bit of a gateway explosion that will coincide with the building of the War Prism.
Yeah, exactly. It was a little bit mistimed there. It did take a while for the Glaives to start, but it is on the way regardless. We'll see how committed this is going to be. So far, only 4 gates, but are we going to see more?
Probably is my answer to most things regarding openings like that. Bit of an awkward position here for Bistork. There's quite a bit of surface area actually on some of these buildings. But at least his Zerglings don't manage to break through.
Yeah. The Adepts will be able to clean up all of these things, so GogojOey won't be able to break in whatsoever. Meanwhile, that War Prism is about to finish up, and GogojOey is still in the dark. He hasn't seen anything. He does see 2 gateways, and oh, never mind. He actually saw the Robo earlier. Oof.
Which is a bit of a tip-off. Hence, GogojOey going for roaches like this. I was sort of hoping Bistork would be going for charge instead, because that's exactly what you want against roaches here. But, I mean, you can still dodge the roaches when going for labor depths.
Yeah, and GogojOey is getting ready. He does have a spine at the 3rd base that will definitely help when it comes to the Adept shading towards this location. He has a lot of lings. He has enough creep to connect his bases. Not connecting the main and the natural, though. A little bit unfortunate, but a lot of lings are coming out.
Now there are going to be enough to really block the shades from coming in. He's going to move in with a whole lot of army, and he's trying to warp in as many more as possible. Ooh. Oh no! Very awkward position. Forces a cancel.
Exactly, Bistork, he can't commit. He does siege up here towards the back. He is reinforcing this army again. This is a lot more committed. He threw down 2 additional gateways, so this is a 6-gate Adept push. I say push, potentially all in here, depending on... I mean, it's Bistork. It's got to be all in, right? He just doesn't stop, mate.
It's got to be all in until the all in doesn't work.
So
he transitions to a longer game.
Exactly. Meanwhile, ooh, he committed to the shade and he immediately gets surrounded by lings.
I almost said... I said almost, but no, every single one of them goes down.
Mate.
Things are going from bad to worse here for our pink protest player from Hong Kong.
That was disastrous. I mean, sure, he's going to be able to kill both queens. I guess that's something. So now there's not much to really contest against this War Prism. But that was a beautiful surround by GogojOey. The biles were incredible. So many Adepts went down immediately. And now, like, Bistork, can he really do anything with these Adepts anymore?
I somehow doubt it.
Yeah. And to be fair, he knows that. Like, he's starting an Immortal. Like, he's like, I gotta work on something else, you know?
I gotta defend.
Oh god, but this is horrible because GogojOey, he's on 3 bases. He's working on his lair. If he wanted to, he could probably drone up a little bit as well. As crazy as that sounds, and he's doing it.
Yeah, that's honestly nothing to worry about if you're GogojOey right now.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna wonder if Bistork... There we go. I was gonna say, will Bistork just try to out-macro GogojOey from here? I mean, he's definitely behind, but as a Protoss player with your Chrono Boosts and whatnot, you can definitely catch up. Definitely. He's gonna try to with that 3rd base, but we'll see if that actually pans out. As GogojOey is really just looking for an opportunity to pounce on that.
Yep, he's going across the map, mate. He's going to go across the map with his Roaches, his Ravagers, his Queens, his Lings. Bistork, he is... I love the tech he's going for, you know, the Great Equalizer, right? The Purification Novas, the Disruptors, they can kind of change the flow of the battle, but they need to come out first. And GogojOey, he's already coming across the map.
He's already across the map, yeah. It'd take a long time for GogojOey, or for Bistork to get those Disruptors out. Doesn't even have to forge, so he's going to be at quite an disadvantage here.
Oh god, that he is. There are a lot of Adepts and they're doing a really good job dealing with all the lings. Meanwhile, they are able to dodge the biles, and there are 2 Immortals behind this army doing a lot of work.
Yeah, 2 Immortals, if micro well enough, can just about be all you need as a Protoss player when defending against roaches like this. Bistork getting a little bit surrounded by the reinforcements, but the Adept count is really starting to thin out. The Immortal!
Oh
does survive.
Just barely survives, and with these 2 Immortals, Bistork is able to defend.
Did not even need the equalizers for that fight.
Yeah, exactly, and that's a terrifying thought. I mean, to be here, like, GogojOey, he's still ahead, like, he still has a decent army. Nothing shoots up, so Bistork getting a lot of value with these Immortals, and those Disruptors, they're on the way. Like, Disruptors can change everything.
And we'll see how aggressive Bistork decides to be, as GogojOey is, again, just trying to apply as much pressure as possible. Nova? It gets a Roach.
Oh, only one Roach, though. To be fair, there's not that much Roach Ravager after that. GogojOey, he does back off. He now sees the tech.
I know, so he does not want to mess with that when he only has Roach Ravager, when he only has bread and butter.
Rice and water.
Oh, he has the rice, but he doesn't quite have the water yet. But he's getting some chicken wings, question mark? Yeah, Spire.
Man, I have not had dinner yet.
Neither have I.
Oh, God.
I've slowly been nibbling on this biscuit. Did I tell you? No, I did tell you, didn't I?
What? What?
Oh, I thought I was dying this morning, but it turned out I was just hungry. So I ate a sandwich, and I was like, oh, I'm actually good.
Like, I thought I was dying this morning, so instead of going to the hospital, I ate a sandwich. And it helped. It worked.
You can't go to the hospital on an empty stomach.
You're
Come
like,
on.
did you know that if you don't eat, you experience pain? It's like, yes, Yaku. You have to eat to survive.
I did not notice.
You're like, no one told me that before.
Yeah. I've just been eating because, you know, I've been eating.
It's mainstream.
I didn't
Everyone
know
else
you
does
had
it,
to
you know?
do it.
Like-
Yeah. It was just peer pressure. I didn't want to seem odd, like the only person not eating.
Oh, God. Aye. Meanwhile, you were talking about it, the chicken wings, the mutas are on the way. What shoots up? Stalkers do. And you know what? Blink is done for Bistork.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of opportunity for Bistork to micro against the mutas, especially when they're in low numbers, but nothing to keep this Warp Prism alive. Bistork has just lost all his map control. And GogojOey, I mean, his +1 melee is about to finish up. He should wait for his bailing speed before pushing out, but he's already making moves to take Bistork out of the upper bracket at least.
That he is, mate. That he is. Again, to be fair, like, because the mutas have been revealed, Bistork, he has time to react. With that, he is getting stack defense in his mineral lines to help deal with the mutas to make sure, like, nothing gets out of control. He's refining his army with more stalkers as well. Finally, starting to push out into creep.
Yeah, unfortunately, there's some observer to really start clearing this.
Yeah, it is on the way. The mutas show up and they're trying to get some damage here, but stalkers are warped in defensively.
Stalkers are warped in defensively, shield batteries are preventing a one-shot, and preventing a two-shot, and those cannons are really proving their worth. Colossus is a bit exposed.
Yeah.
Bistork will pull away.
Mate, Colossus, you gotta calm down, right?
Yeah.
I know you're in the sky and you're at equal level with the mutas, but you cannot shoot up, unfortunately, so...
Oh my... I'm just imagining a Colossus trying to headbutt the
Headbutt.
mutas as they fly around them.
I love, like, the animation of, like, the Colossus leaning back to get a little bit of momentum and then just head banging the air. I guess it could work.
It's just a new dance, yeah. And it leads too far forward and it just crashes.
Oh my god, meanwhile, surround!
Massive surround coming in over here. The sentries were not quite in position. Couple of force fields being thrown down now, but too little, too late, as the Biles take out everything that wasn't killed by the Banelings.
Mate, unfortunately, Bistork, he was banging his head a little bit too much there. He was not paying attention to his army. Neither were we, to be fair. And contaminates the third base. Bistork, not a single disruptor shot went off there. He was caught completely off guard, and just like that, Bistork loses almost his entire army.
Yeah, GogojOey is not making it out of there without casualties, but the damage has been dealt, as you said. The Disruptors, the Colossus, all these high-tech units were taken out, and GogojOey, he just needs one round to remax, and he can go for the throat.
God, exactly. Like, Bistork, what does he have left? He has a single Colossus. He does have a lot of Stalkers, to be fair, but they're not that great, right, on their own, especially against Ling, Roach, Ravager. GogojOey, he's looking to try and get another surround. Oh, he's coming in.
He may be able to get it. The Lings do pounce on top of these Colossus. No, that's a double-edged sword of blinking back with their Stalkers.
To be fair, the Colossus...
very exposed.
Exactly, it's still just barely alive. The disruptor shot already went off, and now the Colossus, everything is going to be going down. The Biles are landing.
on top of that shield battery. It will not be keeping anything else alive. Bistork does have a really good fighting position over here. Really good use of the choke points, but I think that GogojOey is slowly making his way forward. That Colossus is still alive.
I'm so surprised.
Same cannot be said by the... Yeah, but unfortunately the same can't be said for the probes.
Yeah, and here come the reinforcements. There's just far too much here. At the same time, the mutas went into the main base. The entire mineral line went down. This Colossus, surprisingly, out of all of the units here for Bistork, the Colossus survived.
It's on a ledge. No, the mutas!
Bang your head!
The mutas actually don't have that much damage. And GG is called. We thought it was going to be close, but GogojOey proves his dominance and will be the first finalist, grand finalist of the evening.
GG, well played. Congratulations, GogojOey. As you were saying, he is our first finalist, and we are going to be waiting to see who faces him in those grand finals. At the moment, Demi and Dark Void, you were talking about it earlier, they were discussing in the Twitch chat. They are currently mid-series.
That they are. A bit of a TVZ going on there. Could have our first TVP of the evening, the only TVP, funnily enough. Or we could have that rematch, Demi versus Bistork. As Demi's just starting to get warmed up.
Exactly. I believe they are in game 2, maybe game 3, not game 1 by any means. But yeah.
Would be a little awkward, yeah.
Demi is currently
Dark Void. If Dark Void decided that this is the time to pull out mech.
Oh no, Dark Void, please, no. Not like this. As we do have 3 series ahead of us, a little bit of a change that we do have today is that the lower brackets are best of 3s, not best of 1s.
Yeah, we don't want to just zoom by our tournament, so.
Exactly. I mean, we already have a finalist, and we have been live for just under 2 hours.
To be fair, there have been scenarios where we have a finalist in just under 2 hours, but you know the rest of the bracket does catch up a little slower. Yeah.
Again, we still have potentially 3 or at least 2 series waiting for us, so still plenty of StarCraft here. Also, a bit of a fun fact: I was really curious. Before the tournament started, NXZ came online in StarCraft, and I was like.
Ooh.
Yeah, I was like, that's a little bit odd. NXZ, what's happening here?
He found a chess game in the arcade.
No. But the reason for that, as I'm currently spying, and I mean, let's let the people know in anticipation. Oreo has some ZvZs this weekend in ANZ Champs. I believe Oreo has to go up against Crimson and maybe Vivid as well. Chappie, yes.
No.
Yes,
yeah.
Chappie.
Vivid's in the other group.
Yes. So, again, Oreo, he does have a couple of ZvZs, and currently Oreo is practicing ZvZ with NXZ.
I'm definitely liking the sound of that. Oreo, I think, bias aside, we have said for a long time that Oreo has definitely probably been the #1 Zerg player from Australia, and definitely, I would say, the most well-rounded Zerg player in the ANZ region. But unfortunately, those Kiwi boys, they are ZvZ snipers, especially Crimson. So Oreo is definitely going to need a lot of help in that particular matchup, and it's really nice to see NXZ supporting his Brisbane boy in that he has a lot of hopes for Oreo in the coming, in Oreo in general, I suppose. Like the future in general for Oreo.
Yeah, exactly. Like, it's really cool to see them practicing together. And I can't wait to see. So again, part of me would like to Funada Oreo for not signing up today for GPO, but at the same time,
he actually has a reason.
Yeah, like, I completely understand, especially the ANZ players not wanting to show anything in this weekly tournament because they are preparing for the for this weekend for ANZ Champs every single week. So this is where, because Starduck, you may be listening right now. Starduck, mate, are you practicing? Because you know, I see Oreo hard at work, and Starduck, mate, I don't know.
He's practicing his Terran.
Yeah, shaking my head, mate. Aye.
Man, Starduck as well has some pretty scary opponents up against him. He's got Piglet eventually, which is tough, but I think doable. The big name, though, is Probe, and that is terrifying. Definitely. Part of me wants to send. So we casted Tricky Dano this morning, in PvP. Part of me wants to show that to Starduck, maybe. The chaotic side of you.
Cannons were involved, and I know Starduck, he loves to embrace that style, so maybe that could pique his interest. But yeah, it's gonna be very difficult for Starduck to take down someone like Probe. Not impossible by any means.
Yeah,
but
I mean, we've already confirmed that Starduck is, at the very least, better at PvT than Probe.
Yeah, we already know that at least.
Better at PvP. Yeah.
Exactly. So fingers crossed. Giving plenty of energy, love, and support to our Ducklings this weekend.
There's still a chance for them to make it out. Like, I'm so tense.
Oh god, exactly. Like, it's not gonna be easy, but it's doable. It's possible for them. This weekend.
I don't want to do the math at all, because then that makes you do math, and that's the last thing you want to do.
I like how that's the reason. You're like, I don't want to do math because that's just gonna give me a headache, mate.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Unfortunately, you can't eat to get rid of headaches, or maybe you can actually.
Maybe try. But we do have a little bit of downtime here. We are waiting for Demi and Dark Void to become available. So because we do have some downtime, we were feeling a little bit here with ANZ Champs. But you know what? We may as well go on a little bit of a break.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna quickly use the bathroom.
Yeah, fair enough. So we'll be back shortly. We'll be back hopefully in 5 minutes or a little bit less, depending on how long it takes for Demi and Dark Void to get out of game. As soon as they do, we will jump into their series or jump into the next one. Until then, everyone enjoy this duct tape.
Yeah, it's a good one.